do not videotape the people inside, and to don't ask him any questions. And then he wants to continue to badger them because he's not getting the answers that he wants from them.
Right.
Things that are said to us are protected by First Amendment as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that we deal with as police officers as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're not the only one that deals with that, right?
Well, thank you. I appreciate you doing your
facilities from publicly accessible areas. He just wanted to know where I was parked and if I had any ID.
Sir, I'm Corporal Hardy. How can I help you?
Corporal Hardy, nice to see you.
End quote. When a security guard in Oppos, ego hits a constitutional wall, end quote. In Richland County, an auditor caught a, end quote, safety officer, end quote, illegally parking in a handicap spot, and his response was to call 911 for the, end quote, crime, end quote, of being recorded. Watch as the Richland County deputies arrive and give a masterclass in the First Amendment, schooling their own county employees on the right to film in public. Is this a public service office or a private club for power-tripping staff? The End Oppos, Walk of Shame in Oppos, starts now.
Hello again. Just coming to double check on compliance. How you doing?
We're totally compliant.
Good. That's what I want to see. That's why I brought my check sheet.
Okay, well, let me see the checklist. All right, well, this stuff right here, you're going to have to come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Because all this stuff is already done. Okay.
Yeah, I came here once. This is my second time just to see if y'all corrected problems.
I got you.
Okay.
This stuff is already in writing and stuff like that.
Right.
But the person that has this is not going to be here tomorrow.
Okay. Do you have a public notice in your lobby?
For what?
For the ADA coordinator and how to contact them?
Well, that's the stuff that we have and everything too. So when you come back tomorrow, you'll be able to see all that stuff.
Okay. All right. Will do.
So, can I get your name, sir?
No, you don't need my name.
I don't need your name.
No.
Can I see your
Can
I see your ID?
It's my ID either. So, because I remember last time y'all came here,
He's
so
a nice guy.
I've never been here before.
He's very
I
cooperative.
got you. So, I mean,
I got no issues with him.
yeah, everything that we've done is ADA compliant, from the handicap accessibility.
So let me ask you, are you handicapped?
Okay, so I don't have to be handicapped.
So you're parked in a handicapped parking
but I'm
spot.
getting ready to move this stuff out here real quick for a quick unload.
Oh, yeah?
And that's it.
So this is rules for thee, but not for me. So this guy thinks he can park in handicap. So you, do you not want to identify yourself? You want to go ahead and move, get out of handicap? I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot. What's that? Well, I'll politely decline that.
Violation, professional misconduct. The, end quote, safety officer, end quote, ordered staff to call 911 simply because a citizen was recording in the lobby. Legally, 911 is for emergencies, not for bruising the ego of a county employee. Using the police as a personal security force to suppress a First Amendment protected activity is a gross waste of taxpayer resources and a form of official intimidation.
If you're calling 911, I'm going to make sure you're not going to lie.
You're going to remove that camera out of my face. Don't put the camera in her face like that.
It's not in your face, ma'am.
Okay, if you turn it the other way.
And who are you?
It's none of your business.
Do you work here?
None of your business.
Yes, can I have a Richland County sheriff out to 7473 Park Lane Road? Yeah. It's a young guy here in the lobby that's just recording, going around recording. He's been asked to leave and he won't leave the premises. White guy, baseball cap, army fatigue, baseball cap, brown button-down shirt, and a camera.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you,
sir?
Good.
How can I help you?
Are you in charge here?
I'm not in charge. We have an
Okay.
executive director.
Okay. Can I get your name?
My name is Felicia Venable.
Felicia, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Who's the gentleman that walked in here that told her to call the police? He's hiding his, this black gentleman, he was parked in handicap and I asked him to move. And,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I wasn't here. Did someone tell you to call police?
Safety.
Who told you to call the police?
Safety.
Okay, and his name?
He gave it to you.
No, he didn't. He hid his ID.
Well, you can wait for him.
All right.
Did you already call?
Now, okay.
So why did you call the police?
And he's asked him to leave, or he could step out and come back tomorrow. And he refused. He just keep going around with the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am
Safety is asked you to call, then that's all. You know.
Is safety going to be out here when the police come? Can I get your name?
No.
Really? That's not very professional.
I gave you my name the last time you came to court.
I haven't. This is my first time here. Have you had other people in here? Do you call the police on them?
You can just wait until they come, and then we'll have George come up.
That was George, the safety.
I'm assuming I wasn't up here when you
Okay.
came in.
Yeah, I was just coming in to see what all y'all offer to the public. So what is your primary function here at Richland County Recreation Commission? George? You got a last name, George?
So we ready? You got him on the way?
What do you think the police are going to do?
Nothing, sir.
Exactly.
I'm just asking you to just go ahead
Exactly.
and, okay?
So why are you wasting resources?
Nobody's wasting resources.
You're
okay?
calling 911 on a person not committing a crime. In fact, what I'm doing is protected by the Constitution. And the deputies are going to explain that to you.
Violation. First Amendment. Staff attempted to bar the auditor from recording and asking questions, claiming it was, in quote, harassment, end quote. Legally, recording public officials in a public lobby is protected speech. The deputies correctly schooled the staff, stating that as long as the auditor ISN and oppose, T boisterous, he has every right to be there. This interaction exposes the lack of constitutional training in local government offices.
They have to deal with something with ADA compliance and so forth like that. They don't have any legal documentation. It truly shows that they're part of the ADA investigation committee or whatever, how you would call it. I've talked with this gentleman here before, and I informed him that the information that he's looking for to come back tomorrow, because the person that's going to have the information is going to be here. So he is compliant. He's willing to say, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. I have this gentleman right here that wants to continue to go inside, videotape inside, and continue to ask questions to the employees inside when we've asked him to leave. So that's basically it. The only thing I'm trying to ask is if this gentleman would stop entering the building, stop videotaping, stop asking people questions, okay? Because they already he has his chest camera on right now. Yeah. He has his camera on right now also. Yeah. So
he's got one too.
Well, of course we know that.
Yeah.
Okay. If y'all don't want to engage with him, that's fine. But this is public property. So
correct. I do understand that. Yeah. But when I ask him politely to do not videotape the people inside and to don't ask him any questions, and he wants to continue to badger them because he's not getting the answers that he wants from them.
Right. Well,
they're not in a position to answer that question at this point in time because I would like you to talk to the person that's in charge.
Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah.
Right. So
can I get your name?
If that's
Gilbert.
If that's all he's doing is standing there with a video recorder, then that's certainly not against the law.
Okay. Well, I mean,
this being public property until it's time to close up, then he can. It's well within his First Amendment right to do that.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue about it. It's just a harassment to the individuals that are inside while they're trying to in their place of work.
And they certainly do not have to engage with him if he wants to ask questions. He can ask until he's blue in the face. However, they don't have to respond to him. It might just be one of those things where, if they don't have the answers, if they don't want to engage with him, then that's certainly fine as well. He can't make them engage with him. No more can I make him leave, considering it's public property.
And I can understand that. Okay.
Okay, you are Officer Riley?
Yeah.
Okay, so they called on me.
Yes, sir.
So I was the one in the building, and this gentleman, and I told this gentleman what they were going to explain to you, but you still called 911.
No, I asked you to go outside. This is what I
Okay,
asked
you
to
asked
do.
me and I politely declined.
Okay, and then I'm also asking you to no longer engage with individuals that are
Well, I'm going to
outside.
politely decline that as well.
Then you have the right to do it. But
Thank you.
But please understand that
I don't need to understand.
don't
I
have
already
to,
understand.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay, first of all, you haven't identified yourself
I
to
don't
me.
need to
You're hiding your ID.
I don't need to identify myself.
These officers are professional. They've got
Okay,
name badges.
so
You're a county employee and you're
I
hiding your
understand-
name badge.
And I understand this. And my conversations will be with this gentleman right here.
Mhm,
Okay.
You're talking to me right now.
Well, all conversations I have was going to be with him, and that's how far I'm going to go.
I'm with myself.
That's fine.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well, you have a nice day then. Okay, sir.
You have a nice day. You
Hey,
do
I
your walk of
appreciate
shame
that.
right now.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry.
The rest of the day.
I just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Can you explain it to the lady in here? She's the one that called 911.
Thank you, man. I'm
And
sorry.
at his
you know,
at
he
his
does
request,
work
she
for
called 911.
I do Title
So
II.
if you don't
I
mind, could you
care
go
about
tell
First
her
Amendment.
what you
I
told
just care
him,
about
that it's a
Title
First Amendment right?
Okay.
They don't have to engage, but you know, it's kind of polite to engage because I'm not here to badger or harass. I just
Y'all have
asked
been very cooperative.
what services
And you
they
continue
provided
to be
here.
very cooperative.
And they clammed up and called 911 and started all this nonsense about. So,
Tell me who your American Disability Coordinator is.
so who's the ranking officer here? Are you a corporal?
We're both supervisors. He's a corporal. I'm a master deputy.
Oh, so which one's higher?
He is.
Okay.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing, Robert?
Doing good.
Okay.
I am working.
Okay.
This is the lady that called 911.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to explain it again.
Sure.
Within the public areas of the building, pretty much anybody can come in, and as long as they are not loud, boisterous, publicly grossly intoxicated, etc., they can otherwise be in the public areas. That is a constitutionally protected activity.
Yes.
As long as it's public area. Now, if this is key card entry or anything like that, that area will be restricted, but public lobbies and stuff like that, unfortunately, fortunately, actually, it is a constitutionally protected activity.
Yes.
I just want to explain that to everybody.
We're aware.
Yeah.
We're aware.
Obviously not. You called 911. I explained the same thing to you. I think you were here when I told her that the deputies were going to explain the same thing to you.
It's not the public access, it's just recording in the questions.
That's a First Amendment protected right under
So
freedom of the
if there's
press.
something that he needs help with, we can assist him.
Yeah, of course. And y'all don't, if he wants to ask questions all day long, he can. That doesn't necessarily mean that y'all have to respond to him. That's certainly just not required by law that you have to respond to him, but if you would like to record the public areas of this building, he can do that.
Yes,
That's not saying that you have to necessarily engage with him.
Yes, fully aware.
Is there anything else I can do for y'all?
Are you aware of the Freedom of Information Act law?
Yes, if there's something
Okay.
that we can help you with.
I would like to FOIA her footage
Okay, you need to put it in
of.
writing.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in writing.
And also.
You have 10
on
days
our
to
website,
respond.
There's a fee to have.
There shouldn't be a fee. I mean,
It's on our website.
well,
You can pull it up, but you can finish filling out your document, and if there's something we can help you with, we'll be glad to help you with
right.
that.
Well, that should take less than 5 minutes
Okay.
to go to her videos and put it and send it to my email.
You can fill out the form requesting the information.
I'm gonna do that.
Is
Just
there
to make
anything
sure you're
else that
aware
we
of
can
the
help you
law.
with? Absolutely. Is there anything else that we can help you with?
No?
All right.
Y'all can go back to work.
You can fill out your document there
I
and
will.
submit it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll be back in to do that. Do you want to identify yourself? Still not?
Have a nice day. Sir.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate what y'all do. You're welcome. All righty.
Hey, thank you for explaining that. That was awesome. Glad you're up to date on that. Thank you for responding so quick.
It is.
That would just happen to be right around
Y'all just happen to be in the area, huh?
Yeah, I was living
That's-
on Parkland right here. So.
It is.
You know, I didn't expect them to call, but he was actually parked in handicap, and I asked him to move. But then when I walked, he asked me not to go inside, and I politely declined. And as soon as I walked inside, he told them to call 911. And I told him, I said, when the deputies get here, because Richland County has been my experience. Y'all are up to date.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. So,
you didn't want to cause any issues.
Got good officers working.
yeah, I believe so. Especially when you look at NYPD and LAPD and all that.
Yeah, it's way too big of a city.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a little hot out here, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
All right, so I'm gonna go fill out my FOIA and then I'll be out of here.
Cool.
So,
Anything else we can do for anybody?
It's a sunny
I think,
day, drink a lot of water.
I think we got
tea. I've been drinking tea all day.
I think George got educated here.
The caffeine will be good. All right, y'all have a great one. I appreciate you guys coming.
All right, so there's your walk of shame. One more county employee educated.
Conclusion: the camera is the ultimate accountability tool. The Richland County deputies did an outstanding job by upholding the Constitution and refusing to cater to their colleagues and oppos' fragile egos. Lesson for Americans: policy does not override the Bill of Rights. You have the right to record in public lobbies and file FOIA requests for any employee footage. Stay calm, record everything, and remind the authorities that and oppos, protect and serve in oppos, means protecting the citizens and oppos, rights first. Accountability, end quote, when a badge tries to silence the word of God, end quote. In this intense encounter on a college campus, a street preacher found himself under threat of arrest simply for, end quote, offending, end quote, a passerby with his religious message. What began as and quote, public disturbance, end quote, complaint turned into a constitutional battle over the right to preach and the right to remain silent. Watch as the preacher schools the police on the First Amendment, proving that and oppos, feelings and oppos, are not a crime and a badge doesn't oppos. T grant the power to demand ID without a legal basis. Is this public safety or state-sponsored censorship?
I understand. And you will have a lawsuit on your hands. I'm not worried about that. Go talk. You should be. You should be worried. You're on film, and we have all the evidence. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Cops who don't know the law. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And so we are street preachers. We have every right to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Are you still arresting me, sir?
I'd like to get your side of the story, unless you don't want to.
Well, we have it
talk
on
to me.
film. We can
I would
certainly.
like to get your side of the story of what happened when the young lady walked by. Did you tell her she was going to burn it out?
No, we talked to her and we asked her if she believes in Jesus Christ. She said she's Roman Catholic. And by the freedom of speech that we have to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Did you tell her that she's going to burn it out?
But you know something? We have.
I'm just asking.
We say that people. It doesn't matter. Even if I did. No, it does not, officer. You do not understand the First Amendment. You do not understand the First Amendment. You do not have a right to dictate to me.
That's what
when you do not have a right to dictate. We are preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, and the gospel of Jesus Christ says very clearly. We talk to people by preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. And you do not. We have it all here on evidence. And you will go ahead and arrest me then. Go ahead and arrest me for First Amendment. Go ahead and arrest me for the First Amendment. We have the right to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ.
You're not going to listen.
Well, it doesn't matter. Yes, it is. I will have to stop it.
Would we be okay with that? With seeing the video?
No, I'm not okay with that right now because I have it filming right now. But I mean, if you arrest me, we'll certainly use that for evidence. But we did nothing. Well, he said he started to put his hand on him.
Because I feel I
have nothing. You have nothing. You do not have a right to do that. First Amendment says because we preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, and the gospel of Jesus Christ says that if you are dead in your trespasses and sins, you are going to go to hell, sir. That includes you. That includes you. What's that?
And drowning
Where does it say that?
And drowning in your own blood. My mother's told me that.
What's that?
My mom has told me
See,
that.
you are an officer. You are an officer. You do not have a right. You are hindering me now. As witnesses, this man is now, you are a representation of the state. You can leave now. This is a public Hey, do you see this man? He is out of control. Yes, yes. Go talk to other people because you are absolutely out of your realm. You are out of your realm. Thank you, officers. I appreciate you for protecting us from a man who does not, an officer who does not understand the law.
Sir.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, he will have a lawsuit on his hands. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Good.
Sergeant Ryan, just got out here, so sounds like maybe a woman was offended by something you said.
Maybe so, but the point.
Violation. First Amendment. An officer illegally threatened to arrest the preacher for, end quote, creating a public disturbance, end quote, based solely on the content of his religious speech. Under the First Amendment, speech that is merely offensive or, end quote, unsettling, end quote, to others is constitutionally protected in a public forum. The officer's attempt to use the threat of handcuffs to compel the preacher's ID was a blatant act of official intimidation to suppress free exercise of religion and speech.
The First Amendment is that we have the right that sometimes.
I know what the First Amendment is.
Okay, very good.
I'm not suggesting that you don't have the right to be here.
Very good. Of course not.
If we get a complaint, as you know, this isn't the first time we've been down here while you guys have been here. So we need to figure out how we're going to rectify the situation because.
Rectify what situation?
Well, the woman was concerned. Okay.
About what?
And
we didn't approach her. We didn't approach her. We say to anybody that's walking by, if you're not in Christ, you're dead in your trespasses and sins.
How do you know that people aren't in Christ?
What's that?
How do you know that she's not?
They tell me. They tell me. But it doesn't even matter. The First Amendment does not rest upon people's agreement with my free speech. You understand that? If you look at the constitutional law and various court decisions in the Supreme Court, my right to proclaim in a public area is, it's not absolute. I can't yell fire in a theater, but I can preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And part of being a Christian is that if somebody's telling me that they don't believe or whatever, I can say to them that if you're going to die in your trespasses and your sins, the Bible clearly says that a person will go to hell if they don't have faith in Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So, you may not like it, sir, but it is still true.
That's nobody's suggesting that it's not true.
So okay? I hope that I'm glad. Thank you for taking time because that officer is certainly unhinged and he does not know the law. And he was ready to put his hands on me, and I appreciate that you guys intervened.
Here's the thing. We're on a college campus. If we get a call, we have to come.
Yeah,
right? You
fair
know
enough.
That. Just like
I've had the police. Yeah, right. I've had the police call on me so many times for my First Amendment
rights. We get a call.
I understand.
And I don't have to tell you, you're in an environment where people don't necessarily believe what you're saying.
Of course not.
They don't have to believe what you're saying.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have to believe what they're saying because you guys have had. I've been out here. You guys have had plenty of dialogues, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the great thing about the U.S. We can agree to disagree. We can disagree. We could do whatever.
Yes.
And it'd be pretty boring if we all believed.
And people will often use governmental force to try to suppress other people's freedom of speech, and that's the instance here. Is that she made false accusations against us? If you arrest me, then I would use that as evidence to show that even still, we are Christians. We believe in what the Scripture says, but there are people that have the First Amendment right to say pretty much anything that they want. We don't have those laws.
You're not telling me anything I don't already know.
Yeah.
The things that are said to us are protected by First Amendment as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that we deal with as police officers as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're not the only one that deals with that, right?
Well, thank you. I appreciate you doing your job.
I recognize that,
thank you so much. And what's your name?
Officer Ryan, or Sergeant Ryan.
And your badge number?
11.
11. And what's your name? Officer, what's your name?
My card, sir.
What's your name and your badge number? This guy's a little unhinged. He makes me very nervous. I'm just saying, he makes me nervous. He has a gun. He makes me very nervous. This is a very strange man.
He's got his business card.
There's your business card. It has his name.
I don't want your business. Well, yeah, actually I do. If you do anything further, if you, what
I got a case number for this too.
For a case number? Why? Because am I under arrest?
I'll give you a case number.
Am I under arrest?
I'm documenting.
Am I under arrest?
You're not under arrest.
Okay, then why is there a case number?
I'm going to write something up on it. Do you want it?
No. Okay. It has nothing to do because I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong.
You're good.
This man's a little, he's a little unhinged. He makes me very nervous. He's intimidating. Yeah, well, he needs to be respectful. He's laughing. He has a gun. He's a very intimidating man. He seems mentally unstable, to tell you the truth, and he makes me very nervous.
I understand what you're saying,
let's go.
but
I know
the way
do.
You're saying it.
No, because I'm afraid of a man with a gun who I believe is unstable.
Nothing's going to be.
Well, he started to put his hands on me. I appreciate that. And you know, you guys are reasonable, and that's why you're keeping him away, because he's something's not right.
You know, in the future, if we could just keep things civil,
of course,
try to keep things respectful.
Of course,
and
that
is
respectful.
As they're respecting you, and you're respecting them.
Of course.
There should be no.
See, there we go. Officer, there's a good example of what we put up with. Thank you, son.
Don't give him any
Thank you, son.
attention.
That's how you sound. What's that? Oh, I did not use any profanity. I did not use any profanity. Diaz, yeah, go away. Thank you. Thank you, officer. I appreciate that.
Sir, what's your first name?
I don't need to give you my name.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Violation. Fourth Amendment. Despite the sergeant admitting the speech was protected, officers continued to pressure the preacher for ID to, end quote, service the complaint, end quote. Legally, police cannot compel identification based on a call for service that does not involve a crime. The sergeant's claim that they need to identify, end quote, all parties involved, end quote, is a common tactical lie used to bypass the Fourth Amendment requirement of reasonable articulable suspicion, RAS.
I gave you my name.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. But I don't need to give you. I've not done anything wrong. I don't need to give you any information.
Okay. Well, as a general rule, we identify everybody we deal
with.
Fine.
That's
for
a nice rule.
Your protection.
Take care.
As well.
Go get some help. Go get some counseling, sir.
So he's going to go.
So why won't you cooperate with us? Just give us.
I'm not cooperating because I've done nothing wrong.
Can I just explain what's going on with him?
Yeah, that would be really good to know.
He has a female complainant, okay, based on this whole burn in hell statement.
That a person.
Would you mind if I finish?
Oh no, go ahead. Yep.
That she's alleging you said to her multiple times. I don't know whether or not that's true or not. I just got here.
But if I did say that, what does it matter?
Let me finish.
But that's a good question.
Right, but let me finish where she's going with this. So we just show up as a third party.
Yeah, I understand.
She wants to make a complaint.
Right.
You are right that very speech is protected under the First Amendment.
Yep.
Understood.
Yep, very good.
Understood, right? But when someone calls the police, we still have an obligation to go,
sure.
whether or not,
Fair enough.
Whether or not the alleged act is protected under the Constitution.
I understand that, sir.
So, to kind of circumvent what was going on and kind of ease the situation, bring a little peace to the campus.
Yeah, de-escalate.
Right?
Yeah.
We still have to service her complaints, so we have to understand it more. Mm-hmm. So we have to, sometimes, contact the court and say, hey, this is what we were presented with. The problem lies that if we don't know who you are, right, then how do we sort that whole thing
I've talked to officers in other times in other places. I gave an officer last week one of my brochures. Yeah. So, he has my email address. People generally know me.
Who's that officer?
But I don't know. But here's the question. Here's the question, though.
Yeah.
Even if I did say, which I do not allege that I said anything that is beyond my freedom of speech, even if I did say to a person what she alleges that I said, you're going to burn in hell forever, you have no authority or right to say that I cannot say such things to people.
Yeah, I didn't say we did.
So what's the problem?
We're not
if someone complains, we have to come and investigate.
Yeah.
We're not saying that you can't say you can burn in hell.
Okay.
We're not,
and you've done your investigation.
No, we actually haven't.
Okay, what's your investigation?
We haven't finished because we have to identify all parties involved. That's
not at
like
all.
If
I have not done
a traffic stop.
No, this is very different than a traffic. Am I being detained?
No.
Okay, so when you stop somebody with a car, you are detaining them, right?
Okay. Here's the thing,
do you understand? Am I correct?
We're not here for a law lesson. We're here just to talk with you.
I know, but you just used an illustration.
We would not have come here had we not got a complaint. You understand that, right?
Of course, people complain all the time.
We knew you were here, right? Because we had someone call in and we said he's legal to be there. You didn't see us hanging out here and bothering you, right?
No, you guys are reasonable.
We didn't do anything.
You guys
We're here
are
because somebody
reasonable.
complained, and our responsibility to our students is that when they make a complaint, whether against you or another student or a faculty member, is to rectify the situation and try to figure out what's going on. Okay? This isn't your first time here.
No, I graduated from here actually many years ago.
You know that you've got plenty of students who either agree or disagree with you. This isn't like some epiphany that we're learning this today, right? Like I've been down here when kids have been yelling and doing all the things, and we just watched it happen. Right. But like at the end of the day, it makes it much easier if we can just identify you and be like, he's all set and be done. Like, we're not trying to cause problems for you.
No,
in fact, we've never caused problems for you.
I guess I am being a little bit...
We've kept you safe by being here,
you
right?
You have.
When we've had officers here when students are in your face and they're screaming and they're being silly and they're acting a fool. We're here to keep you safe. Sure. Right?
Sure.
So at the end of the day, we're just doing our job.
Yep, I understand.
We're not telling you can't say you're going to burn in hell, because if that's what you believe and that's what the scripture tells you, then that's what you believe and the scripture tells you. It doesn't mean that everybody believes.
Right, we know that, of course. Of course. Otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
If everyone believed it, there would be no reason.
Right? Like I told you before, though, if we all believe the same things, it'd be a pretty boring world, right? If everybody looked the same and acted the same and believed the same things, then we'd look like a bunch of robots running around here, right?
Sure.
There would be no uniqueness, no nothing. So again, we're not trying to cause you any problems, but you make our lives a little easier when I can just say, yep, I spoke to John Smith, and
then you could call me John Smith.
Well, that's an an and you knew it
was
an example.
You could call me, but I don't. I guess
I can't call you John Smith. I don't think it really
I'm being
works
stubborn here
you're just being
because I am being uncooperative because I've done nothing wrong. And
we're not saying you did.
Yeah, I know you're not, but I don't need to give you my ID.
Well, we have a responsibility.
As far as I understand,
we have a responsibility to document when we talk to people.
You could call me John Doe.
Whether we agree, disagree,
call me evangelist,
or whatever, or if we're protecting you or we're protecting someone else, we have a responsibility to identify.
Yeah, but I don't have a responsibility to give you my name, right? Do I understand that? Yeah, thank you. Right. I'm not trying to be belligerent or anything,
You're not being belligerent. I mean, we're just trying to cooperate.
I appreciate it, and I have cooperated. Except I just don't want to tell you my name, just because I don't believe I've done anything wrong. No, exactly.
Why wouldn't you?
Why? Well, that's a very.
You didn't do anything wrong.
It's a kind of a manipulative way of saying that. I am innocent.
Sure.
So why should I tell you anything?
Why not? Just because we're two citizens?
No, because you are not citizens. You have a gun. You are an officer. This is a big mistake that police make. You try to say that you are just Joe Citizen. You are not. You all have guns. You have a responsibility.
Conclusion. The Constitution does not care about your feelings. The college police eventually backed down because the preacher refused to be bullied into surrendering his rights. The officers in Oppos attempt to turn, in quote, offense, in quote, into, in quote, disturbance, in quote, was a complete legal fail. Lesson for Americans. Your right to speak doesn't end Oppos. To end where someone in Oppos as feelings begin. If an officer tells you they need your ID in Oppos to document the call in Oppos, remind them that without a crime, there is no ID requirement. Stay calm. Record every word, and never let a man with a gun convince you that your rights are optional. Accountability starts with you. End quote. When a badge-heavy ego finally meets the cell block. End quote. Laura Shay Elders, the deputy who once threatened an auditor with an illegal, end quote, breach of peace, end quote, arrest, has now been arrested herself. Charged with harassment, misconduct in office, and stalking, her downfall proves that those who play fast and loose with the law eventually get caught. Watch as the auditor stands his ground against her unconstitutional demands, exposing a pattern of official intimidation that finally caught up with her. From the patrol car to the jail cell, this is the ultimate accountability.
You're being placed on no trespass notice, sir. You don't have to commit a crime to be placed on no trespass.
Laura Shay Elders, 37 of West Columbia, was arrested April 15th and charged with first-degree harassment, improper examination of private records, and misconduct in office. She's booked into the Lexington County Jail and released on a personal recognizance bond. The next day, she's arrested in Richland County and booked into areas.The and charged with a second count of improper examination of private records and misconduct in office. She again is released on a PR bond. According to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, as a Lexington County Deputy, she's accused of intruding the private life of another person and causing mental and emotional distress. The arrest report goes on to say that she surveilled the person's home, showed up uninvited, and towed the person's guest vehicle from a parking lot, and had the neighbors provide information on the guest so she could run their license plate through the South Carolina Department of Motor Vehicle database. While working as a Richland County Deputy, she used her South Carolina DMV account to view the driving records and photos of numerous individuals, and disclosed confidential information to a third party who was not related to law enforcement. According to the Lexington County Sheriff, Elders resigned from her position as deputy on February 15th, and then investigated and arrested by SLED on April 15th. This is the same deputy that tried to trespass me from public property 2.5 years ago. Back in August of 2021, the Northeast Branch Post Office had the lowest Google review rating of all post offices in Columbia. So I went there to investigate. I walk in, find poster 7, and get in line. The manager then tells me there's no filming in the post office, and there's a sign on the door saying that. I say, no ma'am, the rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property are on your wall, and it states that photographs may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, and corridors for news purposes. She said, well, that's our policy, and I'm calling 911.
I can show you.
I'll just send you a picture to the postal inspector.
Okay.
Because there's no recording.
All right. And what's your name, ma'am?
You can go ahead and call 911.
You call 911?
Yes.
Can I show you your poster 7?
911, where's your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. We're with the Postal Service here at Northeast, 85052.
Yes.
And we have a customer who would like to keep this filming and recording, so we just need the police to let us know videotape recording.
Okay, and what's he recording?
Just everyone that's in the lobby and the post office.
Okay.
Violation. Fourth Amendment. Deputy Elders illegally demanded ID by fabricating a, in quote, breach of peace, in quote, charge. In South Carolina, recording in a public lobby is not a crime. Demanding ID without reasonable articulable suspicion, RAS, of an actual crime is an unconstitutional seizure. Her threat that the auditor would, end quote, go to jail, end quote, for not identifying during a peaceful activity was a gross abuse of power under color of law.
How we doing today?
Good, how are you? Well, who are you? Why don't you tell me that?
Who am I? I'm a good citizen.
Who are you? Who do you work for? What are you doing up here recording?
Well, it's my right as an American, as a free American. Am I breaking the law?
Sir, I'm asking you, have they asked you to leave from inside?
No, they haven't.
Okay.
They don't have any reason to ask me to leave.
Okay. Well, they can. They don't have to
You
have
think
a reason.
so?
They don't have to have a reason.
Elders is the first deputy to arrive. She orders me out of the building and detains me.
Sir, outside.
She asks for my ID so she can write me a trespass warning.
Sir, do you have your ID on you?
For what?
Do you have your ID on you?
For what?
Okay. All right.
Am I committing a crime?
No, sir, but you are being placed on trespass.
I inform her that in South Carolina, trespass has no application to public property absent a crime. Corporal Hardy then arrives, and I inform him of the Code of Federal Regulations that govern photography on federal property, and the 2018 DHS memo that's clarified the public has a right to videotape and photograph the exterior and interior of federal facilities from publicly accessible areas. He just wanted to know where I was parked and if I had any ID.
Sir, I'm Corporal Hardy. How can I help you?
Corporal Hardy, nice to see you. I came in here to take some photographs for news purposes.
Yes, sir.
And nobody asked me to leave.
Okay.
This deputy doesn't know the law, and I'm hoping you do. This is owned by the federal government. This is federal property. United States Post Office. This is a public area. Inside is a public lobby. There is a poster 7 in here that gives the rules and regulations about photography and the conduct on postal property. I'll be glad to show it to you.
Okay.
And it allows me to do what I'm doing. Not only that, DHS memo came out that says photographs on all federal property, inside and outside in publicly accessible areas, is lawful activity.
Yes, sir.
And not to mention the First Amendment to the Constitution. And I'm here exercising my right to the First Amendment. And the branch manager doesn't know her own rules and regulations, and she doesn't know the law.
Okay, so did they ask you to leave, sir?
No, they didn't.
They never asked you to
They
leave,
have
sir?
no reason to ask me to leave because I'm not breaking any of their rules or regulations.
Okay, but you do have the right to refuse your service, sir. Do you have any idea, sir? They do want you on trespass location. You started a piece, sir. You started a data or operation of business. That is a crime, stalk, and lie. That's called breach of peace. I need your ID.
Lying to 911 is also against the law.
Yes, it is, sir. But I had to verify that from you saying you have video. So I'm asking to verify your part. You saying that they're lying about what they call disturbance. So are you able to give me your ID so I can do what I have to do? Sir, I'm saying you're basically committing a crime, breach of peace, third peace. I'm telling you, that's where they're saying you're disturbing peace.
Well, they can say whatever they want, but I'm not committing a crime.
I'm investigating that. I'm detaining you for basically investigating that. So basically, I had a right to ask for your ID, and I'm asking for your ID for a breach of peace, sir. So I need your ID.
Okay, well, I did not commit a crime.
I'm telling you, you did. So basically,
How do you know? You weren't even here.
Disturbing peace. We have multiple witnesses, sir. So basically, the branch manager,
Where's the witnesses?
That is right there, sir. They're verifying with that. You are disturbing peace,
she
sir.
doesn't know her rules and regulations, and I'll be glad to show you that.
I'm telling you, sir. I need your ID. Do you have your name? What's your name, sir?
Am I being threatened with arrest?
You're being detained, sir, for basically investigating a crime.
I told you that.
Yeah,
so basically, I need your name. So what's your name?
Being in detention in South Carolina does not require an ID.
Yes, sir. I'm committed to suspecting you of a crime. Yes, it does, sir. I have the right to identify who you are. Yes,
so
you
you think this is a stop and ID state?
Sir, are you refusing to identify who you are? Are you refusing to identify who you are?
No,
sir?
I'm not.
I need your ID.
Can we get your supervisor out here?
No.
Can we get a sergeant, please?
No, you're gonna deal with me.
6 feet, sir.
Sir.
6 feet.
What's your name, sir? What's your last name? Last name, sir? Are you refusing to identify who you are?
This is not a stop and this is not.
Identify who you are, sir?
Under threat of arrest, I will.
I'm saying, what's your last name, sir?
Are you going to arrest me if I don't show ID?
Sir, you are, like I told you, you are breaching peace right now, sir. You're disturbing peace. You receive a call about you. We have a complaint from the manager inside. You are disturbing peace. You're disturbing the
not
peace.
disturbing the peace.
Yes, sir, you are.
I am not.
So if you don't refuse to identify who you are, yes, you probably will go to jail. I will give you for breach of peace, sir. So what's you going to do? How did you get here, sir? How did you get here? Did you drive here?
Is that important?
Yes, it is very important. Did you drive here, sir? You're doing a whole lot of stuff for no reason at all. You did not think you did drive here, and basically you know in South Carolina you need an ID to operate a vehicle in South Carolina.
Am I operating a vehicle?
Sir, that's why you didn't want to ask questions, because you know you drove here.
Sir, I need
Violation. First and Amp. 14th Amendment. Elders attempted to issue a quote, no trespass quote, notice for a public building where the auditor had a legal right to be. As affirmed by the South Carolina Supreme Court, trespass statutes generally do not apply to citizens in public spaces absent a crime. Her attempt to criminalize quote, photography quote, ignored Federal Poster 7 and DHS memos, showcasing a dangerous lack of legal training that later manifested in her own criminal stalking charges.
You know you drove here.
I need a sergeant here. I'm asking for your supervisor.
Sir,
can I get a sergeant here?
That's still not going to stop. Are you refusing to give who you are, sir?
I'm not refusing anything.
Yes, you are, sir. I asked you multiple times. You can rewind your camera back. I asked you multiple times. You're refusing to identify yourself.
Being detained does not require me to show an ID.
Yes, sir, it does. Yes, sir. You're investigating a crime. Yes, sir, it does apply. You don't know your law, sir. You need to review your law. Yes, it does.
Can you state that statute?
Sir, no, you can go state statute, so you can look it up.
I looked it up.
It's no ignorance law, so if you don't know, sir, you can go look it up.
Trespass does not apply to public property in South Carolina.
Sir, so they can refuse service, so basically
they can refuse service, okay, so, and I'll take it up with their higher
Okay, so I'm asking, you want your trespass, they can put your trespass. It also is a business. They can refuse, they can put your trespass.
This is not a business, this is government.
So, sir, is it not a business operation? Do you not transaction money? Is it not considered still business, sir?
They're owned by the federal government. They're not Walmart.
Okay,
so this is not private property.
They still refuse service. They still place people on trespass.
This is not private property. The captain arrives, and I explain to him my lawful, constitutionally protected activity. So he undetains me. Is this a sergeant?
No, this is my captain.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Captain?
Hello.
Okay,
So basically, they want more trespassing. He's basically, I told him, basically got called, told him disturbing the peace. I'm asking for his identification. I told him he's under detained. He refused to identify who he is, give his identification, so they need to pay for trespass.
Captain, I'm not breaking any law. I came in here, I didn't disturb anybody. I came in here and I was recording the greeting cards, and I wasn't even aiming it at the employees or the customers at that time. And the branch manager came out and said, wanted to know who I was. She wouldn't identify herself. She wanted to know who I was with. I said I'm with myself. And she thought that the rules were on her door that said no photography. And I went and I looked and I said, man, there's no rules. There's a poster 7 in here that allows photographs for news purposes in entrances, lobbies, foyers, and corridors. And that's where I've been. I haven't been in any restricted areas. I am completely following the law, and I am following post office rules and regulations. Can't trespass your eyes, you know, what you can see from public spaces. But I'm not here to get anybody's information. I'm not here to create a disturbance. I'm here to make sure these employees know their rules and the Richland County deputies know the law, and these two don't know the law. They think this is a stop and ID state. Elders thinks you can trespass people from public property, and the trespassing statute that has been affirmed by the South Carolina Supreme Court says the trespassing statute is only for private property. This is not their living room. They don't own this building.
I understand. I know where you're coming from. I understand that part.
So they're trying to issue me a trespass. He's trying to arrest me for disorderly conduct.
Breach of peace.
Breach of peace. And I'm not breaching any peace. I didn't even have a conversation with any customers. So there's no customer in here.
You haven't intercepted the flow of business.
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, they're not even that busy. They never asked me to leave either.
Okay.
They always started that when the elders walked in there.
It's closed, so they're asking you to leave the premises now that it's closed.
And I'll accept that. But if you're going to try to issue me a trespass, that's going to be a violation of my civil rights.
So, sir, if you have a good lawyer, sir, you can sue, sir. If that's the violation of your rights, you can sue, sir.
Is that what you want me to do?
This is a public domain. You could be in the park.
I would have left if she hadn't detained me. You know, because
she's not detaining you.
Okay.
Or at least not anymore. We'll discuss these points of law a little bit closer.
Yeah. It says the word till I go to the post office, where it is allowed. The Department of Homeland Security has put out a memo. It's allowed in public exterior and interior of publicly accessible areas. And the post office has a poster 7, which I tried to show Hardy. He didn't want to look at it, but it says news photographs for news purposes is allowed in entrances, lobbies, foyers, and corridors. I mean, but they don't know it. They think there's a sign on the door saying no photographs. So they need to be educated. And that's why I'm here.
It's funny because while I'm complaining now to the captain about his deputies that don't understand the trespass laws or ID laws of South Carolina, they're walking through the parking lot running plates trying to figure out my ID. So the captain says I'm free to go, and they do the drive of shame.
Conclusion: no one is above the law. Laura Elders' arrest for using her DMV access to stalk citizens highlights the dark side of police overreach. The auditor was right. She didn't oppose. T know the law, and she didn't oppose. T respect the people. Lesson for Americans: never bow to A and oppose, policy and oppose. That violates your rights. If a cop tells you an oppose, it an oppose. SA stop an ID state and oppose. When at ISN and oppose, T, stand your ground. Record the badge numbers, demand a supervisor, and remember, suspicion is not a crime. Your camera is the check and balance that keeps tyrants in check, sometimes all the way to a PR bond.